Hello everyone, welcome back to our second session in November 2021. So let's keep going with our exploration of the symbols in the visualization of rowing to decay. But before that, let's take a very comfortable position and let's link up with decay. First, let's link up as a group by sending a ray of radiant light of love to the ajna of all of our group members. And now raise your consciousness as high as you possibly can. Endeavor then to hold steady, holding the mind, your one-pointed mind, unwaveringly in the light. Now realize that on DK's side, he's also standing steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. And I visualize ahead of us a disk or a sphere of indigo blue, a deep electric blue. And now imagine DK standing in the center of that disk, waiting. And see a band of golden light between us and the disk, gradually shortening, thus bringing us closer and closer together. Slowly and steadily, until we enter into the heart of the blue disk. And now let us sound a blue Om on the note G of love. Right. And now visualize yourself as climbing into the boat. And when all of the group are in, then see yourselves each grasping an oar and together rowing rhythmically and steadily, rowing towards the rising sun. There is harmony of stroke, there is harmony of purpose, and there's harmony of direction. So what does the picture of the group rowing together towards the rising sun convey to you? If you remember, one of you mentioned the fact that being in a boat, we were actually floating on the water. So we weren't in the astral plane anymore, but we were above the astral plane. So now as a group, and as you know, the Buddhic plane is the plane of group, the group heart, everything that has to do with the collection of souls. So we find ourselves now as a collection of souls together in the boat. So the boat contains us. One of you mentioned that. Then That was a very good point. So we're all contained. So as a group, now we are rowing towards DK. Or rather, not towards DK because we're not there yet. Towards the rising sun. Yeah. What does the harmony of the stroke mean to all of us? And also the fact that each of us grasps an oar. What do you think that means also to you?
Heike, you are unmuted.
Oh,
It's
Heike, yeah.
a sign, yes. Hi. It's a sign of group purpose, and each individual just takes their oar, and the group purpose and not an individual purpose,
Yeah.
or to a common goal, not to a personal goal.
Yep. Yep. We each have a job, don't we? Some oars are on the right, some oars are on the left, some are at the front of the boat, some are at the back of the boat. So each of us have got a particular gift to offer the group, doesn't it?
I've unmuted you, Suzanne, and I will do Vera after Suzanne has finished. Susie, you have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear? Yeah.
Yes,
I
we
was
can
just,
hear you.
thank you. Yes, I was just considering the point that each of us, if we were rowing alone, would have our own pace and our own way to go. But
Yeah.
when we're with a group, we adjust our pace for the group
Yes.
and to the group. That's all. And you've already
Yes.
said
Good
that.
point.
So
No,
yeah.
no, good
Okay.
point. No. Good point.
I seem to have lost Vera. She's no longer on my list, so Yvette.
Yeah, I don't see her either.
Yeah, let's see if she fell out of the. Yvette put something in the question box.
Yeah,
You want to
working
go
in
ahead with
sync
that?
together. Yeah, working in sync together. Heartbeat of the group. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Jerry, I'll unmute you, or you can. That's it.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. So my ideas are that the boat it's a great symbol for group consciousness and group co-creativity, and obviously for the boat to progress, there has to be cooperation and mutual understanding about the where the boat is going. There's also implied, when you have a boat, there's also implied that there's a leader, there's a captain that's giving direction, there's a goal to be reached, and all of that is implicit in the consciousness of each individual in the group. And the higher self, or the spiritual hierarchy, is actually has the plan, has the goal for where the boat is going, where the group is going.
Yes.
And it's also a good example of a personality. A personality is composed of subselves, and those subselves have to be have a certain, the whole emphasis in esoteric psychology is integration of the personality. And that means that the subselves are cooperating and communicating with one another.
Yeah. Yes. And as somebody said, are in sync with one another. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good point, Jerry. Although I think that because of the sun being such an attractive center of love, and it's like a magnet, I think that this is just my personal opinion, that it's the sun that, in a way, is the leader of the boat, that guides the boat. It attracts the group. So then, because really Decade says that in future healing groups or in the New Age, there won't be anybody in authority in the group, because they will be so attuned to one another and attuned and aligned with the goal, that there won't be any need for any authority in the group. So to me, it's that sun that attracts, that love of hierarchy that pulls us along, which in a way drives the boat. And Michelle says, perhaps the rowing represents striving towards a spiritual attainment. Yes, good point too, yes. And Veronica says, the oar pushes the water as if synced, and individually we work out our blocks on the astral plane, and we become more aligned and ready for the contact with a master or the group soul. Yeah, that's right. So okay, next one. So see now between you and the rising sun, Master DK coming from the light in your direction. Okay, let's have a look at this. So what does Master DK between us and the rising sun mean to us now? Heike says, rhythm and steadiness is also what's needed on the path. There is no wrong kind of hastening in it or delay. Yes, rhythm is very important. And Lynn says the spiritual hierarchy. All right, you mean now we're on 40. Okay. Yes. The and coming from the light, meaning coming from hierarchy. Yes, good one, Lynn. And Anne says, if I think in my mind about the group rowing, it gives me an inner light that the whole group transmits. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because he's an intermediary between hierarchy and us, isn't he? So he's facilitating the contact between us and hierarchy and the rest of hierarchy, remembering that we receive our impressions at a certain stage of discipleship from the whole hierarchy, not just the master or the ashram that we belong to. It's the whole of hierarchy.
Jerry, your hand had been up. Do you want to add some more?
Yes, yes. An important part for me, in my view, is that he's our guide. He's a teacher. He's kind of like the source of not only of practical knowledge regarding healing, but wisdom about the healing of humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Being part of hierarchy as a whole.
Yes, and the unique role. My understanding is that when hierarchy externalizes, that he will be in one of the early teachers returning, and will be teaching esoteric healing, continuing to teach his healing work externally.
Yeah. and will obviously instruct us more in greater detail. At the moment, it's just an outline, isn't it? And we're
Yes.
trying to connect all these dots together, and sometimes we can't connect one dot from the other because we lack that knowledge and that spiritual perception to be able to make the link. But he will be able to fill in all these gaps. Yes.
Do you want to share Anne's comment, which was the next one I put in?
Yes, I'm reading it now. The master are on the Buddhic plane. Maybe this is the light of the Buddhic plane. Yes, correct. Yep, that's right. So he's transmitting that Buddhic light to us, isn't he? It's the light of intuition, the light of the heart, the light of the whole. Because Buddhi is the great welder. It's the energy that binds everything together. Great insight, everyone.
Anne has that last
Yeah.
comment.
Oh, there's another one.
Share.
Yeah. This light fuses with a group soul light. Yes. That's right.
Are we ready to? Oh,
I think
yes. Here's
so.
another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got more.
Oh, yes, Susie.
Yes.
Yep. At some point, they're saying my soul, thy soul, to paraphrase one soul. Yes. Perhaps DK represents this. Correct. Yeah, good insight too.
And Anne has a question too.
All right. Is this the Antikarana in one way? Yeah, of course. Yes, the Antikarana is a state of consciousness, isn't it? It's our vision of something higher, and the very fact that we are conscious of something higher, then we make that road. We actually forge that path. Yeah. We invoke and we have a response. That's right. When we invoke, then hierarchy responds. Correct. Yeah.
Well, we filled this page. Are you thinking maybe we
Yeah.
can move into the next
Yeah.
one?
Okay.
All right.
I don't see any hand up or any other questions or yeah. So yeah, hierarchy exists on the Buddhic plane and it works from there, and from that point it impresses our minds, our higher mind, because DK says here impressing mental matter, so not just the lower mind but also the higher mind and the soul as well, because the soul exists on the higher mental plane. So really, if you see the the lines from the Buddhic permanent atom, you see these three here, goes through all the petals, and then it goes through the lower mind, mental solar plexus, mental sacral, and mental base. So all these mental aspect. It's a good one. Excuse me a minute. I think we can move. Yep, that's it. Now, in the clear pathway of the light, you can see me distinctly. You see me together. Why do you think DK is emphasizing this idea of you see me together?
Well, I will just pop in here. It reminds me of the the three E words, that there's experiment, experience, and then expression. So this is a unified synchronous expression. We see DK as one.
Mm.
It is a shared, it's a fused and shared experience.
Yeah. Oh, good one. Yeah, write this down. That's brilliant. Yeah. Fused vision. I like that expression. Yeah. And Anne says, contact as we strive. Hang on, let me move this a bit. As we strive to get in touch with the soul and the master, seeing the master, we strive for contact until we are able to really have one in the inner planes. Yeah. Yeah, we strive as a group, as a soul, as one. So it keeps harping on this idea of wholeness, isn't it? Or oneness. That's right. As one soul. Yeah. And then Heike says, all right, the group becomes one heart and one mind. That's right. Yeah. And Susie says, as he's part is as he is a part of each of us, so he has no doubt somewhat unique attributes, qualities, each realizes in some way. So together and shared. Yeah. That's right. As a soul now we are thinking as one. Yeah. And Yvette also reinforces that idea We are in this together. Yeah. And interesting too, I'm just going to throw another one here. In the clear pathway of the light, you can see me. Notice that he repeats the word see. You can see me, and then you see me. Why do you think he's repeating this word see? We just said, somebody just said that, the vision. Somebody just mentioned that. The idea of vision. Yep, you said that. There we go. We share the vision. Yeah, that's one. But also there's another level in there. The sense of sight belongs to what plane? Ashramic consciousness. Yes, ashramic consciousness. You mean sight is the plane of ashramic consciousness? Is that what you're saying, Jerry?
He had put that in prior to that question.
Prior. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Someone pull up the Constitution of Man and give us the plane on which sight. I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Anybody knows? It's the mental plane. Sight is the mental plane, and the sense of sight is very important for the disciple. So here, because the soul belongs also on the mental plane, so that's why we can see with our inner eyes. So actually there's two levels there, right? One, we can see him with our lower mind, that sense of sight, but also with our inner eyes, that inner perception, that inner vision, and that belongs to the soul. So us as a group, we have that vision of DK, we are aware of the master. The three from the top of each plane, it changes name, but in one sense, it's the same. Okay, sorry, I don't know what you mean. The three from the top of each plane. Unmute yourself, Anne. How do you unmute? Oh, yes. I'm trying to unmute her. Unmute. Okay, there we go.
Hello,
You're
can you hear
unmuted,
me?
Anne. Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello. I've got the senses and the centers here in front of me, and I went to
Right.
the lowest plane, the physical, and I saw from third from the top plane is the sight. So for me, each third subplane has to do with sight. But you said that it's the mental plane has to do with sight.
Yes, mental plane, definitely.
That's the fifth from the top. So now I'm mixed up.
You're
You're
confused. Okay.
I put the levels in this document where a site is listed in esoteric psychology as the third sense, and it follows this progression: physical sight, clairvoyance, higher clairvoyance, divine vision, and realization. So physical sight on the lowest. On the second, the astral is clairvoyance. On the third, the mental, higher clairvoyance. The fourth, the Buddhic, divine vision, and the atmic, realization.
Okay. I'll pull up the reference where sight refers to the mental plane. So I can't do it now, but I'll send it to you.
Thank you. And I also want to say thank you and be grateful for this opportunity that you're giving us to be in a group and heal and do something with our knowledge. Thank you.
And sharing. This is great.
Yes.
I love to be able to share, because all of us are coming from a different point, and you know, we've got such a wealth of knowledge and insight and experience that it's wonderful to be able to share all that. Okay, so shall we move on?
Lynn had a comment, the fourth subplane on the mental plane.
Right. Ah, thank you. Where's that reference, Lynn? I know it's in Cosmic Fire, but I can't remember the page.
She's looking at the AUM chart. Which number, Lynn? Is it the Constitution of Man or the senses and centers?
Oh, the AUM chart.
Yeah. But that comes from the reference from TCF.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Did I go the wrong direction? Am I in
No,
the
no,
right
no,
place?
no. You're right. You're right. So I added that there.
All right.
Yes. On the Buddhic plane, the intuition is
Yes.
the quality. There's divine vision there, and there's healing. So this is predominantly concerned with group consciousness, and will eventually control all our relations with one another as we continue to function in group units. Yeah.
I'm going to put that is from chart 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't lose that note. Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, mixed up. Thank you, Lynn.
All right.
Right. Okay. Now, group insights of the whole mantra. Into the light we move, beckon thereto by thee. Out of the dark we come, driven thereto by the soul of all. Up from the earth we spring, and into the ocean of light we plunge. Together we come, together we move, guided and led by the soul we serve, and by thee, the Master we know. The Master within and the Master without are one. That one are we. The one is all. My soul, thy soul, the Master and the soul of all. Next slide.
Well, may I just toss something in for the group
Yeah,
before we go to this slide? This really took me back to when I first started using this mantra, which was a long time ago with a group. And it reminded me that we are plunging into the ocean of light.
Of light.
And that is this astral light. And that is the place, we're told, where we meet. Even as we're trying, to still the astral plane and be focalized in the mental plane, we use the astral plane, and the masters use the astral plane to reach us. So I was just reminded of that as we were diving into this, because we get into the rowboat and we move together then on that surface and make ourselves available to the masters to work in group formation. So that was my my one thought as we have been doing this. So here we go.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Into the light we move. Beckoned there too by the. So which light now that DK is referring to? Into the light we move.
Well, do we have to plunge into, be part of the astral light, and then he beckons us to the higher light?
Yeah.
I just inadvertently erased someone's comment from my box. So would you read those to us, please? I know this
Which
is.
one? Which one?
Either
right.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Lynn said microcosmic sensory evolution. So I'm not quite sure what she's meaning by that. The other one is the higher aspect of the astral plane. And Lynn said again, astral karma, plane, imagination, and emotional. So she's still reading from chart 10. Yeah. I think she means karma. Does she?
Is it Kama Manasik?
Karma Manasik, maybe? Yeah.
Oh, it's imagination is on the astral plane.
Yes.
Yeah. And emotional idealism is the highest, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
Oh, here they come. More and more. Good.
Right. So Anne says the group soul, into the light we move. Yeah, yes, actually, that's another way of looking at it. We move into the group soul, into the light of the soul. Yeah. And Suzanne says, perhaps as well, we also, by connecting with group energy, plunge into what is called the rain cloud of knowable things, hence expanding our perceptive ability. Yeah, actually, that's another great insight. Yeah, the rain cloud of knowable things.
And Heike has offered another comment.
Another one, yep. The line along which this vibratory activity of the master reaches the disciple and draws him finally into the aura is, is the Buddhic permanent atom, which is the intuitional vehicle of the advanced disciple, the love petals, the astral body in its highest aspect, and the heart center. Yes. Yes. And in December, I will introduce to you an alignment from Cosmic Fire, which deals with the love petals, Buddhic permanent atom, love petals, astral body, heart, etc. So thank you for bringing that up. So it's a good introduction to that. Page 756. Thank you for that reference, Heike. Mm-hmm.
And Anne.
Ah. And also, light for me is information. The first subplane of the mental is spiritual telepathy, and the seventh subplane of the Buddhic is comprehension. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. DK expands our minds. So therefore, we have a fuller understanding. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on. I don't see any more comments. Out of the dark we come, driven thereto by the soul of all. Why dark? What do you think he's referring to dark here? Lynn says Maya. Yes. Yes, that's a good one too. Maya. But add to that too the other two aspects, Lynn. Exactly, illusion and glamour. That's right. So all three represent darkness compared to the light of hierarchy. But also Maya, glamour and illusion belongs to what planes? It belongs to the plane of personality, which is selfishness, which is materialism, right? So it's the dense body of the physical logos. So this is the dark, because it's all about me. It's selfishness, all about the satisfaction of one's desires. Yep. We can't see yet. Anne says, we can't see yet the soul light. We haven't achieved soul contact, and we haven't cleared our body yet and our blockages. Yes, that's the dark. All these subconscious desires. Mhm. Basically, it's our animal nature, isn't it? Driven thereto by the soul of all. Who is the soul of all? What drives us to move out of that darkness, do you think? The monad. Yes. Yes, the monad drives us as well. That's the first aspect. Yeah. Same answer. Yep. Mm-hmm. I think too, the soul of all is humanity. We're all driven by the love for humanity, that love for the whole. Mm-hmm. It's consciousness, the aspiration. Where are you getting all these answers?
I'm just throwing this in myself.
Oh, okay. You're expanding. That's what I thought. What?
You caught me.
But that's okay. I thought I there was some secret little box there that I wasn't aware of. That's right. It's that aspiration of the higher astral that drives us towards the Buddhic plane, because there's a very close relationship between the astral and the Buddhic. That's right. It becomes the goal, the magnet that pulls us. Suzanne is asking a question. I'll unmute you, Suzanne. Not quite sure what you mean. Okay, how? Unmute. Okay, I've unmuted you. Oh, it's grayed out. Okay.
Well, let me
Oh,
add
yes.
what Anne.
There you go.
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Yes, yes, we're here.
Yeah, I had just added a comment that you also addressed it a little bit later. I just was saying that the soul of humanity, our collective consciousness of who we have been all through as part of a part of humanity.
Yeah.
And that was way back. It's a little late now to say, but I did enter the comment, but I guess it didn't get there. And that was what I was trying to say. For out of the dark we come, and so forth. And who is this we? To me, it's the we that we all are as part of our collective consciousness as humanity.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. And Anne says, what impresses me is the soul of all. Up to now, I was thinking my soul is driving me, but more it is the group soul we belong to, until I guess we realize that we are all connected. Yes, good one. Yes. Because we're all linked as souls, aren't we? It's only down here that we are separated in consciousness, whereas on the soul plane, we're all connected. And this is what DK is trying to instill in us, that we're all souls and that we're all linked, we're all connected, to get away from that mentality of separativeness that we are plunged into. Next one.
Okay.
Up from the earth we spring, and into the ocean of light we plunge. Yes. Up from the earth we spring.
That was a heavy sigh,
Yes,
Suzanne.
Susie. As if to say, what more? Yes, Heike says, the soul of all. Yes, that's right. He's also the Christ. True. And Lynn says, yes, we're all pulling ourselves into the light. Perhaps pain and suffering is also an incentive. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it's so, isn't it? That if we don't have a painful experience, then we are very complacent. Or if we're happy with the status quo, we don't move. We need to be prodded. That's right. This is a planet of pain. And Susie says the return to home base after experience of matter, now back to the light with conscious love. Yep. We return to the ocean of light. We return home where we belong. Yes, it's like a birth. Yes, good one. Heike. That's a very good one too. Yes. We emerge from the womb, from the earth, from what confines us, the prison of the body, the prison of the three lower planes, mental, astral, and physical. And we plunge into the ocean of light, into the consciousness of all. A good one. I like that analogy, Heike. That's a really good one. Of light and love.
Well, looking at the time, I think we
Yes,
should
I think
move along.
let's move along. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, together we come, together we move. There's another repetition again. That oneness, yes. Again, he's harping on that idea of togetherness, isn't he? He's really driving that point into our consciousness to think of ourselves as a group, as one. Yeah, good one too. The boat can't launch out into the ocean because it's tied with a rope to the pier. Quite right. So we need to be detached, and detachment only comes when with the heart. It's a quality. Detachment is a quality of the heart, of the soul. Yeah, Aquarian. Very good. Yes. I like that. Yes. Good one. Aquarian mentality, universal consciousness. Good one, Lynn. And Susie says, together, thus amplifying our power to help hierarchy. Yes, that's right. This is the new method that hierarchy is using. Using groups. And we saw that in our previous studies. And Heike says, it is also showing we come from the same place of darkness which we share and go towards something together. Yes. Yeah, together we come and together we move. Yeah, we're all moving as one. And Anne says, thinking this from the point of vibration, he's telling us to sync our vibration to the point of maximum tension. Yes. Okay. Let's move along. We've only got 4 more to go, so that's not too bad. Guided and led by the soul we serve, and by thee, the master we know. We are guided by the soul, yes. And who is the master we know? Any idea? The master in the heart. Yes, says Heike. Because on its own plane, the soul is a master. Yes, you're quite right. But also the master of the ashram. But which ashram here? See, DK doesn't say. He just says the master we know. Because we all come from different ashrams, don't we? Not only we come from different ashrams, but within the second ashram, there are also several masters. I don't remember whether it was 3 or 5. I think it's 3. And then you have the senior masters, the senior disciples. Yeah, within. Yeah. Because this visualization was given to all aspirants, not just to the healing group. So he's really referring to all the aspirants who come from a variety of ashrams. That's why he leaves it open. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. Lynn says, depending on our array of makeup. Yes, of course. Yes. And Anne says, there are lots of masters. The first master is the soul. Yeah, correct. Yes, the solar angel in the masters. We are close to Master DK, Master M, Master Kutumi, Master Hilarion. Absolutely. Master R. Okay, so I've added this for good measure. Yeah, so we are apt to think that an ashram has only one initiate of the 5th degree, which is that of the master. But this is seldom the case. There were 3. I thought there were 5. Okay, there are usually 3 cooperating masters in every ashram. One at the apex of the triangle. He acts as the master of the ashram and is responsible for the preparation of disciples for initiation. So frequently there are also associated masters, particularly during cycles of rapid initiation, as is the case today. So there would be several masters. Yeah, so we could be, let's say if DK is the master of the 2nd ashram, of one of the sub-ray or sub-ashram of the big Ray 2 ashram, there are another 3 plus associated masters. So there are quite a few actually, aren't there? Okay, the master within and the master without are one. Who is the master within and who is the master without? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Christ, Heike says the Christ as the initiator of the 1st and 2nd is also the master we know. Correct. Yes. Yeah. He's the ultimate master, isn't he? So who do you think here is the master within? Who do you think he's referring to here? Yes. Good one. Yep. Any suggestions? To me, the master within is the soul within us. And the master without is whichever master that we belong to. That's my interpretation. because the soul within is a master on his own plane. And Anne says, within the soul, hang on, within the soul, within the master, without the master, are most close to the master. Okay. I'm going to unmute you, Anne. Yeah. You're unmuted.
Sorry, I
unmute
didn't
yourself.
phrase that
Yeah.
well. I'm writing quickly and I didn't phrase it well.
Yeah.
Within, for me, you actually said it before. For me, within is the master, is the soul, and the
Yes.
master without is each master we are affiliated to. We are
Right. Right.
I'm
You're
sorry,
right. Yes.
I didn't express
No,
myself.
that's okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes when you're writing so quickly, the words don't quite make sense.
Yes, thank you.
And those boxes are little.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's move to the
Any
next
others?
one.
Yes. The last one, I think, is just
Final impressions.
Final impressions of the
right.
whole thing.
Oh, we have
So,
one more from, like,
yeah.
let me get that.
Oh, yes. Is it monadic consciousness which is above the group consciousness of being one? Okay, I'm going to unmute you, Heike, and maybe you can express yourself a bit more fully. Elaborate that.
I'm not so good in English. Okay.
You're doing well.
Well, I think group consciousness is not being one, is being group conscious with a common goal. And monadic consciousness is just being, and there's no differentiation anymore.
Yes.
So that was my idea, that they are one. It was just pondering.
Just a thought. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anne, okay. Okay. Unmute yourself, Anne.
Sorry, I had my hand up. I forgot to lower it. So I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, no worries.
I am not hearing anyone.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't see any hands up.
All right.
Any last
So
thoughts? Just to wrap it up, everyone. I'm just amazed every time I do this visualization. I am amazed as DK's masterful control of not only of his language, of his expression, but also of the symbols that he uses. I'm flabbergasted, and I'm sure that there are other levels included in these symbols that we haven't even thought of, even as a group.
that is my reflection too, on having used this for decades. When I think of the first group experience and my ability to relate to it, and then as we move on or move into other groups and develop it just expands. So there have to be
Yeah, other levels.
multiple, yeah, and so many levels that we probably, it's so inclusive. That's my point. It includes
Yes.
us all wherever we are
Yeah, that's
in our
right.
development, which is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to cut this
Okay.
short because we do
Yeah.
have the meditation in about 13 minutes.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I really, really appreciated your group insights and your group sharing. That was wonderful. I really like that, and I hope that you've got a lot out of this visualization as much as I do, and that every time you will do this visualization, it will make a lot more sense to you, and will elevate you even higher and expand your contact with DK or the master, your own master. Okay, everyone. So see you shortly, and otherwise we will see you in December, where I
or
will
for
show
the
you.
healing garden
Oh, yes.
meditation.
Ah, yes, there is the healing garden meditation coming up. When's that, Joe?
It
When's
is on
the?
the 18th. Full moon is on the
Oh, right,
19th.
right. Yes. Okay. So
And
next,
please
not this Friday, but the Friday after.
check your Mighty Networks for the posting of these documents and PowerPoint and recording. And if you're having difficulty in getting into that, let me know and I'll work with you one-on-one. Thanks, Nicole.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for all your writing and keeping an eye on the microphones and the questions and the comments. That was great to have you as a backup. So on behalf of the whole group, we thank you for all your hard work behind the scenes. Okay, bye everyone, and thank you again for joining us.